Well, hi there, I'm Amy. This is Cody.
Welcome to part 2 of my story, and to my new home. When we walked into this house for the first time, it felt like home, but because the house came full of 20 years of the content of someone else's life, some of the decor didn't work for us in our lifestyle, which the previous owners assumed might be the case, and they gave us their blessing to part with anything as we saw fit.
Kind of crazy in here. A lot of decluttering to do. So I've run out of room once again for my appliances. I need a place for my blender and my food processor, so I think this is the place for it. And I'm going to actually declutter these because I don't really make round cakes, and I have some cheesecake pans that work just fine, so I don't need those. And these are cute, but I have one big long one, so I don't need that. Somebody would really enjoy that, I'm sure. Garage sale brownie pans I probably don't need either, so I think these are gonna go. And I think I'm just gonna keep, see, this has some rust, so that's gonna get, I don't know why this has a hole, I don't know, so I'm gonna get rid of that. And then I have a few of my own.
I ended up giving away all of my metal bread pans because I switched to glass. That way I can easily dishwash it and it doesn't contribute to clutter on my countertop when I do bake.
Do I want a square pan? I don't know. Yeah, maybe. And I think this or something. What is this for? Oh, okay, so it goes to this one. So that might be the one that I'll keep. Even though this one's Wilton. So the Wilton looks brand new. I don't think I need it. I'm making a bad choice. 9 by 13. Nah, I usually use the glass ones. I don't like cleaning the metal because they rust. Alright, so there we go.
Especially if you're cost conscious like me and a homemaker who spends a lot of time in the kitchen, it can be hard to get rid of kitchenware. But the benefit of being able to work in my kitchen more easily with less stuff to sort through has been totally worth it to declutter even these nice, almost new pans.
But I think I've got things mostly figured out where I want them. Got my bottles up there. Water bottles and such. Pitchers, leftover containers, cooking, whatever those things are called, cooking jars, like rice wine vinegars and all. And then I'm gonna put this plastics up with the bottles. And I have a kids drawer with their cereal.
Beyond decluttering, one way that you can simplify your life is organizing so that your kids can be more independent and learn a sense of responsibility so that I don't always have to be toasting their toast for them. That's what my daughter has right there. And I don't have to pour their cereal and all that. My hands are freer, especially with having a baby. That's so important to help enable them to grow up to becoming adults rather than entitled young people. When I lived in Maryland, I had this beautiful kitchen, but it was really low on storage space. So I had decluttered it to make it highly functional, and I only kept what I needed and used. I'm not gonna stop decluttering until I really feel like my home is a place where I can relax and recharge without looking around at all the stuff that I have to do. I'm going to take some mugs that I actually do use, and I'm going to put them basically in timeout and see if we can live without them and have fewer dishes, because I'm actually doing the dishes in order to have the mugs that I need. Because we had so many bowls to use, we wouldn't wash them after we were done with them until we got through all 14 bowls. But my husband challenged me to cut them almost in half. I wasn't ready to part with them. Like I said, I was too scared. Hey, we use these every day. Our kids eat cereal or oatmeal. Sometimes I use these when I'm cooking. But because we only have 6 bowls and we need them every day, what have we been doing? Our dishes every day. And it makes our sink and home feel so much better, because in my home, the kitchen is the first thing you see when you walk in from the front door. It can be hard when you're first starting out decluttering, making those decisions. But trust me, it's just like a muscle, a skill that you can grow, and it will get easier as you go on. So I'm cheering you on. You can do this along with me. Let's reduce the amount of work we have to do later in managing our stuff. So I'd gotten a good system down there. So coming in here and finding a whole set of pans was great when I hadn't unpacked yet. However, I knew what I had was what I wanted to keep. And so I had Everware pans that were just really sturdy, and they had the straining lids. I didn't need to have an extra strainer on hand. I had it with the lid. This set was great, and it had copper bottoms even, so they were high quality. I just didn't need them. And I knew I wanted to put my own into the drawers, so I used the container concept like I talked about in my last video. If what you want to keep doesn't fit in the container, it doesn't mean you go get more storage. Yes, I could get an island, and I might even do that, but for the time being, I wanted to make sure that everything fit in here. So I sold these pans. A lot of ladies were excited to find the copper bottom pans, and I was happy to give them a good deal. Growing up, my mom always kept a utensil container labeled utensils way before Ray Dunn ever came around to the home decor scene. But I like to reduce the visual clutter, so I keep my cooking utensils, like this is the stovetop drawer, next to where I use them, and that's a good organization system. I can just pull it out. It's not any harder really to keep it in there as opposed to in a utensil container, and I think it keeps it cleaner. But also I have stopped using plastics because occasionally I would melt them and I feel like it's healthier to use silicone rather than, like, have you ever seen little plasticky things, the bits that, I don't know, it seemed like plastic was scraping off into my food. I didn't like that. So I don't like wood as much because it's harder to clean. You can't run it through the dishwasher, so I favor silicone utensils. So this is kind of a really neat idea. This is a red plate that they said they'd get out and use for their kids' birthdays. And I really like that idea, so I probably would continue that tradition, except that the saying, "you are special today," I would prefer it to say just, "you are so special" or something, because they're special every day. So for that reason, I'm gonna part with it, and also because red's not my favorite color. But that idea I think is really cool, to just celebrate the person with a special plate that they only get on their birthday. And another sort of minimalist principle that I try to follow is only keeping things that I use regularly instead of keeping them for maybe once a year, with the exception being Christmas decor and a few other choice decor, holiday decor. Actually, I probably do need to just part with, because I have other ones. Seems like a nice one, but I'm gonna. And from my understanding, these are air pans, which you can't get them submerged in water. And I think I can put all of these in there. So if you enjoy seeing what we're up to creatively with our decor, or just decluttering and tidying up again, definitely make sure to subscribe to this channel, hit that notification bell so that you'll know when the next video comes up. I aim to post a new video every Friday. I'll see you in the next one. I think this is pretty. There, lots more space.